Welcome to our today's anatomy class. Now, today's class will be looking at the anatomy of the uterus. The uterus is a pear-shaped hollow organ situated in the pelvic cavity. The pear-shaped hollow organ. This organ is situated in the pelvic cavity. It is muscular because it is composed of smooth muscles. The organ weighs 60 grams in adult. The non-pregnant uterus weighs 60 grams. It is about 7.5 centimeter long, 5 to 6 centimeter wide, and 2.5 to 3.5 centimeter thick. This structure, called the uterus, has three main parts. The superior part is called the fundus. This is the body of the uterus. Then the lower part of the uterus is called the cervix. Within the body, there's a space called the uterine cavity. The uterine cavity communicates with the vagina that lies inferiorly through a space in the cervix known as the cervical canal. And the uterine cavity as well communicates with the uterine tubes, the uterine tube. And this is the other uterine tube. So the uterine cavity communicates with the uterine tube through a space known as the conua. The uterus is bounded anteriorly, and the relations of the uterus. Anteriorly, the uterus is bounded by the urinary bladder. Posteriorly, the uterus is bounded by the pouch of Douglas. Superiorly, the uterus is bounded by the intestines. While inferiorly, it is bounded by the vagina. So the vagina lies inferior to the uterus, the intestine lies superior to the uterus, anterior to the uterus you have the urinary bladder, while posterior to the uterus you have this space called the pouch of Douglas, or what we call the recto-uterine pouch. The uterus is surrounded by three layers of tissues. So what are these layers of tissues? So these three layers that surround the uterus are: 1, the perimetron; 2, we have the myometron; 3, we have the endometron. So the perimetron is the outer layer of tissue surrounding this organ called the uterus. It is formed by the peritoneum, which is a serous membrane, while the myometron is made up of smooth muscle fibers. These smooth muscle fibers are arranged in 3 layers. These layers include the outer longitudinal layer, smooth muscle layer. You have the inner, the middle crisscross layer. Then we now have the inner circular layer. So the smooth muscles that we have in the myometron are arranged in 3 layers. So the outer layers are longitudinal. The inner layers are crisscross, while the middle layers are crisscross, while the inner layers are circularly arranged. While the endometrium is the inner layer of the uterus. It covers the inner parts of the uterus, and it has two very important parts. It has the basal layer and what we call the functional layer of the endometrium. So the basal layer gives rise to the functional layer. During every menstrual cycle, the functional layer of the endometrium is shaded off and it is then replaced by cells from the basal layers of the endometrium. The endometrium is also lined by an epithelium called the columnar epithelium. So the columnar epithelium lines the endometrium. I will say that what are the supporting ligaments of the uterus? The supporting ligaments of the uterus. Supporting ligaments. Supporting ligaments. So these supporting ligaments include broad ligaments. Broad ligaments. So we have the round ligaments. Have the round ligaments. We have the cardinal or the transverse cervical ligament. We have the uterosacral ligament, and then we now have the pubocervical ligament. So these ligaments are folds of peritoneum and fibromuscular bands that support the uterus and even maintain the position of the uterus in the pelvic cavity. The broad ligament, it's a fold of peritoneum that attaches the uterus to the lateral pelvic wall. So the part of the broad ligament that attaches the uterus to the ovary is called the mesovarium, while the part of the broad ligament that attaches the uterus to the uterine tube is called the mesoapens. The part of the broad ligament that is connected or covers and supports the uterus is primarily referred to as the mesometrium. So a part of the broad ligament that covers and supports the uterus is called the mesometrium. The part of the broad ligament that is connected to the uterine tube is called the mesoapens, while the part of the broad ligament that is connected to the ovary is called the mesovarium. So the round ligament extends from the uterus to the labia majora, while the cardinal ligament extends from the uterus to the lateral pelvic wall, and the uterosacral ligament extends from the cervix, which is the lower part of the uterus, and it is finally attached to the sacrum. And the pubocervical ligament extends from the cervix and it is finally attached to the pubic bone of the hip bone. So this ligament generally would support the uterus and maintain the position of the uterus in the pelvic cavity. It is also important to note the functions of the uterus. Functions of the uterus. So one, it provides provide bed for the fertilized ovum, provide bed for the fertilized ovum. It also expels the fetus during what? Labor. So when the ovum is fertilized in the ample of the fallopian tube, it is transported to the uterus where it is housed for the period of what? Development, for the period of pregnancy. Why? When the ovum has grown into maturity and the fetus is completely formed and mature, during labor, the fetus is now expelled from the uterus to the vaginal canal. From the vaginal canal, it is expelled to the exterior. So, what is the arterial supply of this structure called the uterus? We have the uterine and the what? The ovarian arteries. The uterine and ovarian arteries, while the venous drainage carries the same name. The uterine and ovarian veins. So these are the blood supply of the uterus. The uterine and ovarian arteries carry oxygenated blood to the uterus, while the uterine and ovarian veins carry the oxygenated blood away from the what? From the uterus. So the arteries carry the oxygenated blood to the uterus, the veins carry the oxygenated blood away from the what? Uterus. So I would say that what is the applied anatomy of this organ? Applied anatomy. One, we have uterine fibroids. You have cervical cancer. You have endometriosis. We have endometrial cancer. Then we also have placenta previa. Uterine fibroid is one of the applied anatomy that I would like to talk about in this class. So uterine fibroid is a benign tumor that arise from what? From the smooth muscles in the myometrions of the uterus. While the cervical cancer is a cancer that originates from the cervical epithelium of the cervix. And it is usually caused by persistent infections persistent infection of the human papilloma virus. So it is usually associated with what? The human papilloma virus, a virus that destroys the epithelium of the cervix. While endometriosis is a clinical condition whereby the tissues of the endometrium grow outside the uterus. When there is an endometrial tissue in other structures in the body, such as the ovaries and even the pelvic peritoneum, refer to that condition as endometriosis. While endometrial cancer is a malignant cancer that develops from what? From the endometrium. And placenta previa is a critical condition whereby the placenta is attached to the cervix instead of what? Instead of the fundus. Instead of the placenta to be attached to the fundus during pregnancy, the placenta in this case is rather attached to the lower segment of the uterus called the cervix, and it's really a very serious condition. So this is how far that I will be going with my class on the anatomy of the uterus. I am Simon, your anatomy educator. I look forward to seeing my next class. Remember to subscribe and share the video.